Johnson.
And we are a couple.
Yeah, we've been a couple for a while.
We've been a couple for 6 years now, right?
Yeah, almost 6 years.
I love it.
Yeah,
6 years?
it
It feels like a long
feels
time
like
because
a
it feels
lifetime.
so right.
Yeah,
Okay.
feels like a long
You
time.
don't sound
It's been a.
excited.
We're, I think we're rusty. Hello, everybody. I think we're rusty. We haven't gone. We haven't done a live stream
Right.
together in at least what this year.
No,
Have
not
we
at
had
all
done
this
it
year. So we're rusty with
not at
going
all
live.
this
We're
year?
not rusty with each other. One of the things that we do is we love working together. We actually work together, and we're you're my beloved, and we decided that we would go live and ask each other some questions that a third entity shared with us, and we thought we'd take it on powerfully. So what happened, EJ?
So we decided to, like every good relationship, you should ask your partner questions just to stay connected with that person. Get to know where they are, what they're thinking, and how you might be able to grow your relationship. And so we did that, but we used Chat GPT, which is AI, to and the prompt was really simple. It was just, what questions should we ask each other as a couple
Right.
who live together, who work together as well? And so it came up with some questions. And so we're going to ask those questions today. We're going to share them with you. And we're doing this very transparently because we have not, neither of us, prepared for this.
And neither of us have and neither of us have gone live on our respective pages, and so it's a way to, in all transparency, connect with these cool questions, because anything can happen, because magic always happens when we're together, and it will create some great content, and maybe you will ask your beloved some of these questions too,
Yeah, so this is real on the fly.
on the fly.
Yeah, so good luck to us.
Let's get to it.
Okay,
So you
so
have the
I'm gonna
questions.
yeah, I'll read the questions since I have them here in my chat as soon as I can pull them up. Here we go. All right, first question Chat GPT has for us, and it was in it sectioned these off by categories. And
Mhm.
so the category that it came up with was vision alignment. So Kimberly Coles, that's your whole government name. Um, when you imagine where our collaboration is in 2 years, what does that future look like to you? And how do you see us showing up in it?
Okay. So the word collaboration is interesting, that that's sort of the the key energy of that sentence, and I don't know if it meant as a couple or as we work together. And what's cool is what's cool for me anyway is that there is a collaboration of all of it. To me, I love working with you, and I love our relationship. So I would say where I see us in 2 years is even more connected, even more uh maybe even some projects that are so the work side. Let me go work side. I would love more work collaborations with you. We have done in the past, we've done some classes together around the topic of speaking and sharing your story and showing up powerfully in your business, and showing up powerfully in the world. And so I would like to rejudge some of that and take it to the next level. We haven't done that in a while. We did the speakers class, and we did the story class, and a couple of other things. And so I have to I have
Bless
to
you.
sneeze. It
All
shows
good.
that this is real. And so, yeah, I would love to do more work collaborations, more where we're co-leading something. Maybe we do a live event. Maybe we do a retreat. Maybe we do any of those things where I get to work with you. I think we work really well together when we co-lead something. So that collaboration would be nice. And I see us. just growing as a couple. I think what I, these questions that we ask ChatGPT to ask us, I think it's fun that we're using AI, but we ask each other questions all the time. And so to constantly be willing to expand and grow and examine, and sometimes it's like, oh. It always, even if the questions are difficult, or even if the exploration of a particular topic is challenging, it always comes out in the end of more understanding. So more understanding, and perhaps co-leading something, and you're smiling now. So your turn.
Where do well, I'm gonna thank you for that.
And you can comment on it, or if you want to.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I think I love, co creating things with you. I think in our capacity of working, for people who don't know what our capacity is, Kim's and, multi hyphenate uh, talent. And I happen to work as part of her brand development and management. And that's kind of morphed now more into just management of her talent management. So now I do more of that. Um, and so I think when we work on projects that are in both of our zones of genius, then it's great to collaborate with you, like teaching workshops and
Yeah.
leading groups and facilitating groups. We seem to do that really, really well together. So I would love for us to do something like take a trip, a group of people to Europe and tour Europe and, do something like that, or go on. I love cruising, so go on like a Rhine River cruise with a group of people where we just explore uh, your principles around peaceful perimeter and around, having a life of joy, and my principles of what I teach around, following your passion and you're living in your zone of genius. And so I think that would be kind of cool to create together. So I kind of see
Mm.
something like that happening within the next 2 years. We've talked about it many times, but I think it'll solidify.
Yeah.
Second thing that I see in the next 2 years would probably be something in a creative space, since I love writing and directing. You love acting. I want to do a project that where I can direct you in a project.
Oh, God.
So why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm going to take care of you as a director. So,
Yes.
I think I would love to direct you in a project, and it's just about determining. I have so many in mind, so it's determining which project that
Okay.
is, and then getting that greenlit. So yeah.
Okay. So, as a little follow up, I want to tell you why I reacted that way. Is because it's an opportunity for you to tell me what to do as a director,
It's not what
and
directors do.
I can't push back. Like, stop telling me what to do. It's like, oh, he's my director. I gotta do it.
That's not what directors do.
I
You
know.
you
I'm
shape
teasing.
the character
Oh God.
exactly the way we want it to be. No, I'm just kidding. Get
Telling me
over
what
there,
to
do
do.
that, say this. No.
No, no, I would absolutely trust my talent in your hands. You've got great vision and great creative ideas, and so I would absolutely trust myself. And listen, EJ helps me with my auditions, and he tells me what to do. You help me with my auditions, and so I always have fun with your lensing on something, your ideas about something, and I've booked several jobs with your help. So thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Which I'm sure the manager hat helps. Before we go on, I'd like to ask you what you said that I'm multi-passionate. We can go through what I love doing, what I think my zone of genius is. Why don't we tell the audience what are your zones of genius? I
Wait, hold on. ChatGPT didn't give us that question. You're
Oh,
going
no.
off script already. See, this is what directors do. They have to bring you back to the script because
Okay.
you're already off script. That's not one of the ChatGPT questions, but
It
I'll
is
tell you
not. it's a follow-up question. What are your zones of genius, EJ?
my my passions and zones of genius all live in the space of being a beneficial presence on this planet, and that tends to come through in a very creative way at times. It also tends to come through in a very pragmatic, sort of logical way. And to take this on to the court and not be so abstract, um, my specialty is business administration. That's what I went to school for. That's what I've learned, but I've also gone to school for many other things as well. And my passion lies in creating projects that elevate people, elevate their soul. And so I am a shaman. I am um, I am ordained. I am a hypnotherapist. I'm an energy worker. I'm a healer. And I utilize all of those things that I've learned to help people heal and break through, to help myself heal and break through, first of all, but
Mhm.
then to share those skills, gifts, and talents with others and help them unlock whatever has them stuck from them expressing themselves as a beneficial presence on the planet. And sometimes that may look like helping a person build their business, or it may look like uh, negotiating a real estate deal, or it might even look like analyzing a contract. But it's all through the lensing of me showing up, doing what the creator has
Mm.
empowered me to do, and then helping others unlock for themselves what the creator has for them to do and what's on their heart to do. So,
Well done. One of my favorite things, can I tell you one of my favorite things? I know it's not a chat GBT question, but one of my favorite things about you is you have found a way to marry all of those gifts and genius things and passions and learnings into projects that you put out in the world. And when you created Transformation CEO, which is your book, shout out to your book,
best selling book, by the way. Thank you. Yes.
best-selling book, and Transformation CEO, the brand, and Transformation CEO, the movement.
Yeah.
I love that you are marrying spirituality and business, and that we cannot do our business. We can't do our business. We can't do our business without having the divine present. And I love how you create space, or remind people or teach people how to bring the divine, however they language it, however they see it, into their business to then elevate their gifts. And so shout out to Transformation CEO
Thank you, baby.
and you.
One of the things though I will say uh, is that it gives me great joy and privilege to have the space and capacity to be able to support you in whatever capacity I can in order to bring your light to the world even more, because I see the way people light up when you're on stage. I have the honor and the privilege of standing next to you when someone is so excited to see you, or they just have to share their testimony with you in some capacity of how you've impacted their lives. And so I feel privileged and honored, and I'm fortunate to be, you know, to do the things that I do, to be able to take some of the things off of your plate so that you can actually focus on being the light uh,
Mm.
that you are. Like, you can focus on being an artist, and you can illuminate the stage the way you're here to do whatever it is, whether it's the small screen, big screen, or an actual stage. And so it's that's part of who I am, to be a beneficial presence. There are this is not a chat GPT question. And you know I'm not I know the business, but I have nowhere near the amount of expertise in the entertainment business that you have. You have 40 plus years on stages and working creatively. You know, my
Mm-mm.
question for you is, do you ever feel um, as if, because we come from two different disciplines around what we do you ever feel like there's things that I just don't understand about being an artist that kind of hinder our communication?
Hmm.
Do you ever feel like you just don't get this one, buddy? You know, it's okay. I don't take it personal.
Oh, I'd have to think. This is not a chat GBT question. Not that it's any easier. Not that chat's questions would be easier. That's a good question. I think because you are such a good listener and such a good observer of everything that's going on, like, you hold space to watch and pay attention. I don't feel like there's anything that you wouldn't or couldn't understand. Maybe after we get off this live and go, oh yeah, I remember that time that I told you about so and so, and you're like, no. um okay, but I've got something. Well, okay. um I'll tell you what it is, and but I think you have the capacity to understand it.
Okay.
um that those of us who are performers and lead by being on stage, whether it's small stages, big stages, whatever, that there is uh um a thing that happens between you and the audience, sometimes live, or sometimes they're watching it and then you run into them here and there, and there is an expectation or a hope that uh that the audience approves, or loves what you do, or likes what you do. And in fact, I need the audience to like what I do, love what I do. As a comedian, I need that because I need them laughing. As an actress, I need them because that's the feedback. And it's also feedback for the people who would hire you again. So, we all know that we've seen shows, right? I always think of Dynasty. I'm dating myself, but Dynasty, I think of Joan Collins, Alexis Carrington Colby, whatever her last name. What was her last name?
Alexis
Dexter.
Carrington, Colby, Dexter Carrington.
Right.
She was Carrington like multiple times or whatever.
So she is a great example of a character that you love to hate. And there's plenty of characters like that in various shows. In fact, it's what creates incredible conflict in these shows. It's really great to have someone that you love to hate. But still, the the writers, the producers, the directors, the studio heads need the audience to have a reaction to her, because if you have no reaction at all, if you're like, she's not interesting, then that's the death knell. So either you love someone or you love to hate someone. But Joan Collins, the actor, needs the audience to have some reaction to her, because that will keep her working. The studio is paying attention, the directors are paying attention, and it makes her infinitely more hireable as long as the audience has some reaction. And so I would say, but I think you get it, you understand that and this is for everyone listening, that it's not that actors are just so needy. I just need to be loved, I just need you to love me, I need you to like me. It's like necessary, because if we're not liked, if we don't create a reaction in our audience, if we don't create a connection with our audience, whether they love us or love to hate us, then we're not hireable. Nobody's going to put someone, in a gig that they haven't done a little market research, or they haven't tested. And I'm not saying there aren't new talents, and once new talents, get out there and get a chance to work, then they, we see how the audience responds to them. So I would say, if there was anything, I wish you understood that it's not, if you don't understand, you let me know. That it's not so much that I need the audience's approval. It's baked into my job, right? And it's connected to possibly getting more jobs. So I think there have been times when I was like, I really need I need these people's approval. It's like, well, and go to your spiritual, like all you need is, the creator's approval, and then you don't need any, and you have your own self, and you're wonderful, and hey, and it's all inside. And like, yeah, it's all inside, and I'm gonna need them because they say yes and they sign the checks. And so yeah, how's that?
I knew you were going there
You
because
did?
yeah, because we've had some pretty extensive discussions around the need for that
The
approval,
audience,
and I
the
get that
approval.
you're in a performative job, right? You're in a performative job, and if the audience does not respond to you, um, then I could see how your ability could be in question, right? Your ability to be marketable.
The ability to get hired. Yeah.
Yeah, well, right, to be marketable and
Yeah.
hired. So I do get that, and I get that, and it does not. I think there is a fine line that you have to be
Yeah.
really clear that you're looking at marketability that could swing at any moment
Oh,
because
sure.
audiences are
Fickle.
conflicted and fickle and could change at any moment, and it does not equate your worth as a
Yeah.
human being. And the distinction, there's a really there needs to be a clear distinction between I'm looking at this like numbers and marketability and hireability versus this means I'm
Right.
X,
Right.
right? I'm hit. I'm a A lister, or I'm a B lister, or this means none of it means any of that. It just means that performance did not do well, or did not was not responded to in the way that manner in which you desired. But I think when the line gets crossed about it equals something about you
Got it. Got it.
is where I see it as challenging.
Okay. Do you think I could tell you
We
for
have
a
gone
fact?
completely away from the chat.
Completely. I would say after being in the business 40 years, I'll tell you that I'm better than I was early on. Like, you just like desperate, like, please, please like me, because you don't get hired, right?
Yeah.
And you're so busy thinking about that, then you're thinking, well, this is about, yeah, 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 self-worth. I'll get to that later, but can I get this job?
Right.
so there's that. The other piece of it too, in all transparency, and this is when I started developing other things to do outside of show
Mm.
business, that really did help. Now, still, I require, an audience, or a potential client to say yes, and, click on the link in my stand store, and buy, or invest in themselves in some of my coaching, or some of my, downloadable, PDFs and whatnot. Still, that I won't even call it approval, but people saying yes, I'd love to work with you is delicious and necessary. But it took the edge off of needing someone in Hollywood to say you're the one. And so I creating these other projects that are of my own gifting and of my own zone of genius really did, I think, take the edge off of that those expectations that the audience would fill me up.
Yeah.
So there. And I think
Uh,
so. I'm saying that to everyone, whatever job you do, whatever it is that you do, and especially if you're a performer, please do have other interests, other hobbies, friends outside of the business, and ways to grow yourself that are not dependent upon. I always say this, some guy in a suit sitting in a corner office going, "That's the one. Give her the job. Give him the job." So I cut you off. What were you going to say?
I'm going back to the chat
Go
GPT
ahead.
questions.
I
So
need more lip gloss.
this one, I really love this question actually.
Oh.
So what type of projects or roles light you up the most, where
Hmm.
you feel like you're fully in your flow? And it could be more than one, I think. It could be more than one.
Yeah.
Just
You
saying.
want to go first?
You go first. Ladies
Okay.
first.
Uh, Anytime I'm on stage, and
Mm.
the stage can be a Zoom call, The stage can be on a literal stage, or the stage can, a television studio with four cameras. Anytime I get a chance to perform or project or teach, I mentioned Zoom first because I love teaching. I love teaching what I know about the power of story, the power of captivating your audience. And now my newest passion is the peaceful perimeter, which is, it's like saying, have your boundaries in place, but it's a new way of looking at building a peaceful perimeter. So anytime I get a chance to teach, talk, perform, and exude this, something that's in my heart and in my head, and I'll say this when I'm teaching, and I, conflate them because I show up as myself everywhere I go. Like, it's not like I take one hat and put that on and go, okay, doing this. Okay, I show up authentically everywhere. One of my favorite things to do when I'm coaching or teaching is to see the lights come on in someone's eyes. By the way, when standing on a stage and performing, I can see the lights go on in people's eyes. And so the answer to the question, I think, is anytime I can see the lights come on in someone's eyes, or a new question is formed in their head or in their heart, and I can see when that happens, I'm uh, coming out as an empath. I'm coming out as an empath. I can see, I can feel that happening. And so anytime I'm doing that, I'm lit all the way up, whatever capacity.
Cool.
Same question, sir.
Same question. I will say I am most lit up by projects where I am highly creative.
Mm,
Number one, time tends to stand still
mm,
when I'm in a creative environment. And that could be on set, that could be creating one on one with a coaching client, that could be doing a breakthrough or energy healing session, that could be a consult, like those highly creative or high energetic frequency things that I do are the things that light me up the most.
yeah.
And probably for the same reason. Number one, I'm I feel like when I'm doing that, when I'm doing a creative task or creative work or co-creating healing with a client, um, it's not about me.
Mm,
It's
mm,
those times when it's not about me, when I'm not thinking about EJ. I'm thinking about how can I best be more like the light? How can I show up to this endeavor with my best self? How can I give to this project all that I have to give to make the project better, to make the person feel better, to
mhm.
inspire someone? Those are the best. Those are the things that light me up. So anything
Nice.
like that.
Can I just share? I'm going to share something personal. So, um, EJ and I have very different sleeping schedules. Uh,
Ooh.
very different sleeping schedules. And we've managed to make it work.
We do.
I'm a night owl. You are an early bird.
Yes.
But one of my favorite things is what you create in the hours. And you sometimes have hours before I wake up.
Yeah.
Hours.
4 or 5 hours.
Sometimes. And so there's nothing better than waking up and go and hearing what you have created in that space.
Yeah.
It's like, when did you have time to do that? Well, you woke up 3, 4 hours before me, but this is terrible language. You be creating. And so when I wake up, I actually expect, okay, what did he create in the middle of the night? And that's not the middle of the night. It's, 8 o'clock in the morning for me, seven,
Kind of
eight
the
for me.
middle of the night.
Right. And so so you're creative all the time, and we're creative together, which makes me happy. We create more than we actually have time or space to execute. But I love how I wake up and I go, what magic did he create in the middle of the night? So thank
Yeah.
you.
We
It's
do
fun.
have different sleep sleep schedules. We you okay with us sharing? We sleep in separate bedrooms,
I say we have separate bed chambers,
bed
sleeping
chambers,
chambers.
separate bed chambers, but you mainly are in my bed chamber more frequently
I
than I
am.
am in your bed
You
chamber.
are. I am.
Yeah, yeah, you like my bed chamber.
I do.
I like you in my bed chamber. But yeah, I get up at 3:45, and you go to bed at 2. So
Right.
2 ships passing in the wee hours of the
Right.
night. There you have it.
It reminds me of my favorite. I can't remember the name of this movie. So I won't go down this rabbit hole. If I think of this movie, I can't. Lady Hawk.
Mm.
Just anybody watching this, watch the movie Lady Hawk. Michelle Pfeiffer, Rutger Hauer, Matthew Broderick. It's a long story, but a curse is placed on the two of them. He becomes a wolf from, like, dawn, dusk till dawn. She becomes a hawk from dawn until dusk, and never the two shall meet. There's like a moment at dawn and a moment at dusk where the wolf becomes a man and the lady becomes, is unhawked and becomes a lady, and they can only touch for an instant. And so that's you and me. We're Lady Hawk. It's one of my favorite movies until somebody breaks the curse and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's a hawk and a wolf. They can't live together. I'm the hawk, you're the wolf. Lady
Okay, back
Hawk.
to our GPT questions. All right. How can we protect our creative energy and
Mm.
keep our partnership joyful? Because you're the joy genius. Joy genius. I love
Let me write that down.
it. As a joy genius, as our resident joy genius, how can we protect our creative energy and keep our partnership joyful, even when business gets intense or the
I'm
cosmos
gonna.
gets intense?
You said what now?
I said, or the cosmos gets intense.
Right. I'm gonna let you answer this one first because I'll
Okay.
be transparent. I I rely on you a lot. We started working together as, brand manager, brand strategy. That's how we met. I hired his team to be my brand strategist, and you know you stayed on, and then
Got rid of
magic
the team.
what?
Transitioned the team.
You
Okay.
transitioned the team, and then we transitioned together as a coupledom and workdom. And I'll say, I'm gonna let I rely on you a lot, not only as my beloved, but as my brain trust, because you have so much experience and so much information and so much, spiritual knowledge and business knowledge that I rely on you. And we used to say we're going to create the space where this is a space and this is workspace. And then I'm like, you know, asking you, okay, how do the website's not working, or I don't know, how do I upload a thingy, and I don't know what and so I rely on you a lot. So I'm going to let you answer the question. I'm not always good at keeping it separate because, yeah,
Yeah, you're
sorry.
terrible at it. It's the one thing you're terrible at. And I say that with love. You're a Capricorn, so you're a workaholic, and there has to be peaceful perimeters around around peaceful perimeters is how we do it.
Wait, is the whole purpose of this live stream is so that you can you can make, say out loud and get some witnesses that I need to create a peaceful perimeter around, and we do sometimes, but
We
then
do. Well, you honor my Shabbat
I
when
do, yeah.
I'm resting my holy days. You do honor when I say, "Hey, I'm not working. I'm done." You will not um, do that. So there has to be communication. I think
Yeah.
the first thing is it's always communication. whenever, you know, there's time for me to take a break. Kim doesn't take a break, people. Like she never breaks. I have to like sit her down and shake her into breaking. I have to like kidnap her and plan trips or vacations without her knowledge because she doesn't take a break. She just works, 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 works. And so I'm a Taurus, she's a Capricorn. I work, but I work with comfort in mind. So that
Uh,
means I'm working towards being able to relax.
mm,
She's just working towards working
true.
and more working. And so I respect and understand that. But also she gets to respect and understand that I love to sometimes just do nothing. It's in the nothingness where I get my greatest
Hmm.
insights. And so it's got to be communicated. I think this happens in every relationship. It needs
Of
to be
course.
communicated. What's your style? What are your needs? And so I communicate those needs.
You
And
do.
sometimes those needs may be me going on a cruise or a separate vacation that she can't even go on, nor does she even want to because she wants to keep working, but I want to disconnect. And so I think we've worked a good balance of that. There have been
Yeah.
several times where I've gone on trips just to
Hmm.
decompress because that's what I need. And she's decided, I don't need that right now. And I
Even
think,
though I need that right now.
yeah, you
You know,
do
just for
too.
me, the cruise is probably not the most
Yeah, that's
relaxing
not
just because
your,
it's around people.
yeah.
It's around too many people. And so
Yeah, because then she's faced with being on a boat with a bunch of people who are like, "Oh my God, there go Kim Coates, there go Kim
right,
Coates," and she loves that. She loves when you guys run up to her and like, "Oh my God, there's Kim Coles," but at the same time, there's no space to disconnect. In
right.
that, I hope people can understand that it's not like you don't want them to.
No,
You
not at
love them.
all.
You
But
That's the whole problem is like you'll spend 30 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes talking to them and
yeah,
taking pictures and
right,
looking at all their grandkids pictures and loving on them because
right.
you enjoy your friends, right? You enjoy them, friends, fans, you
Friends
enjoy
and
them
friends.
because they're like
Right.
family.
So that's the only reason why cruising is not
But
my thing.
being on
Although
a
we did do
boat,
one cruise together.
we did do one cruise together and
I'll give it another shot.
it was lovely. It was great. But yeah, I don't know that being trapped on a boat where that's going to happen every day could be restful for her. So, but uh but yeah,
I will
I
say
think
this,
communication.
communication. And you get really happy when I get, what's the word?
Un,
Unencumbered.
unencumbered. Yeah,
Unencumbered.
unencumbered.
So
Yeah.
when you do kidnap me and plan a trip and go, that's it, we're gonna, or when I get really, there is a point, I think I have a different breaking point than you do. You don't let yourself get to a breaking point, or you try not to.
Right.
You're really good at going, okay, I'm approaching that time where the next step is going to be a breakdown, and I don't want to get to a breaking point so that I get to the breakdown.
Yeah.
I will push and push and push and push and push and go, oh my good, and then nothing gets done, and that's not good. And so you are really good at kidnapping or creating space and going, no, 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 we really need to. And because of you, I'm better than I was, believe it or not.
Oh,
And you will remark that I feel that you are unencumbered right now. And that means I have listened and listened to myself and listened to my inner guidance and said, actually, it is kind of good to just become unencumbered. It's part of the peaceful, peaceful parameter
yeah.
system that I'm building for myself and looking forward to sharing with others for sure. So
I think
communication.
I think for you, you just ignore the little warning signs inside of your nervous system that are like, it's time. You're like, you're not loud enough yet.
Right.
It's time. You're not loud enough yet until it's like everybody around you knows that it's time.
Yeah.
And then it's really, really time. I'm not. the here, this is my philosophy. The key to having a life that I absolutely love all the time is to not allow myself to be
Yeah.
stretched so thin that I lose my connection with the creator.
Mm,
When I start to feel agitated or like I don't have time to do my spiritual study, or I feel
mhm,
like things are piling up on me like energetically, then it's time for me to pause
mhm.
for a moment. And that moment doesn't necessarily always have to be an elaborate vacation. It could be literally a day of silence, just no talking. It could be a day of fasting. It could be a day of meditation. It could be going to for a hike. It could be so many
Mhm.
different things, but it really is a pause in the the run of the meal of the day, like to
Right.
really pattern interrupt uh,
The day.
the hamster wheel
That's
that I've been on. I have to pattern interrupt that because then I it allows me a new perspective to be able to come back to that with fresh energy. Number one, my connection strengthened, so it's not so cloudy anymore, and it's, I think
Yeah.
you might have you could tell us if you do or not have a similar experience. And just I've noticed it in you when we have taken those times,
Yeah.
like Hawaii
Unencumbered.
most recently.
Right. Which was delightful. It was also a really great, we should come back and tell that story sometime. It was a much needed because of some things that were going on behind the scenes. And maybe won't give details about what was going on behind the scenes, but I had really gotten, it was several months of something going on behind the scenes that needed to be released. But I will tell you this, the new commitment I'm making to myself, because here's the thing, you have to acknowledge things and pay attention and find what works. So for you, I witnessed that you get to a point and you go, before I get to the breaking point, I'm going to have to take a break and, release the valve, right? Um, for me, it's taking a walk. So when I go here, listen, the best thing about California, other than you're here, is the weather is usually so amazing, so that I can go outside and get connected. Go outside and I connect when I go out and take a walk, get a little sunshine, touch the ground. In fact, you I don't know if you noticed this. I went to the park today. I actually walked across. There's a path around this park, but I got off the concrete and started walking in the grass,
Yeah,
getting into the grass, getting outdoors, getting into the, getting close to the ground. And that makes a huge difference for me. So I'm making a commitment to myself, a commitment to the creator, and a commitment to you to allow that valve. The old school pressure cookers. I remember my
yeah.
mother having to go and release the pressure, a little bit as she was cooking her, pot of beans or the roasted whatever meats or whatever, and that releases some of the valve. So
Cool.
go.
So
Is
I've
it?
come to the end of our chat GPT questions, but if you have found this helpful,
Yeah.
please post in the comments and we'll do another one of these. Are you
Yeah.
down for that, Kim? Would you be down for
I
that?
am down for it. I am up for it. I am ready for it. And as soon as we're done, I'm going to come hang out in your bed chamber, your sleeping chamber.
Yes, please come to mine.
It's nice up there because he's got lights and he's got, like areas that each area has different things. It's like fun up there.
It's fun. It's fun downstairs too,
Yeah.
kinda. It's fun because you're there.
Okay, good answer. No,
Yeah.
you've got like toys and things, and you've
Yeah.
everything is a feast for the eyes and a feast for you're my feast for my eyes. So thank
Yes.
you.
So you're gonna come up here so we can watch your show Vampirina, which is
Oh yes,
all of the episodes have released today on
Disney, right?
Disney Plus. So Kim is amazing in this show, you guys.
Thank you.
Vampirina. I remember reading. I was the audition buddy for this show. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Look, I just want to say thank you for letting me do that because it's a joy. I love it. I enjoy reading with you because I get
Mhm.
to act out all these characters. That's why I told you I think I could be an actor too. You say you don't think I can, so
Let
uh,
me tell you why.
you won't let
And,
me
and
act.
no, let me tell you why. I think you'd be a phenomenal actor. I think you have
She won't let me
great instincts and great timing, and
You
you,
said I can't
because
act.
no, that's not what I said. I said that you would not enjoy the business aspect of the business. You're not going to enjoy some of the tomfoolery that goes on. You wouldn't enjoy the politics that go on, like that, like you could handle the politics, but you wouldn't handle the bull crappery of it all. And there's just a whole other thing. You would not stand for someone. Here's the thing: because you're so intuitive, because you're such an empath, you know when people are telling the truth. And there's so much so much of this, so many people in this business who are not telling the truth. You wouldn't like that very much. I know it too, but I go, oh, they're just, oh, whatever, their own insecurity. I can have compassion. You'd have compassion, but it would not bode well if it interrupted with your work or your success. You like, we're not gonna do this. Plus, you would spend so much time correcting the contracts. This is a point where I just, let me just sign it. I just want to work. You'd be like, no, no. Article C of point B. I don't like the term in perpetuity. You can have it for 10 years and that's it. You'd be like,
But
uh,
that's my job,
of
right? You
course.
want me to take care of you. Like
Me,
my whole goal as
it's
a
protection, right?
representative of you when I negotiate a opportunity for you is to protect you.
But
Like
could you do,
if
but how would you manage that for yourself?
I know how to protect myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, then
I
maybe
could.
I'll see you on the set sometime.
Maybe we should do like a we should I don't know. We should
We
just
could do
maybe we
something.
should do something together.
I would
Maybe
love
we should
that.
do like a we should start off small with like a short film or something or like a
Okay.
YouTube short or something. See if we our on camera chemistry works.
Can I do a love scene with you?
Y- every day.
Good. Great.
All right, everybody. We're about to watch Vampirina. If you have Disney Plus, please go watch Vampirina. Kim is in
Thank you.
12 of the 15 episodes, eight or nine or 10 of the
Of the
16
16 episodes.
episodes.
Yes.
They're all out today on Disney Plus. Please go watch. Please support. I guarantee you she's going to make you laugh. She made the kids laugh. She made everybody on set laugh. And she's phenomenal. We've already seen half of the season.
Hmm.
Um, and she's incredible. And the kids who are
They're
in the
amazing.
show are absolutely
Inspiring.
outstanding. It's really good. So,
All right.
congratulations, baby. It's an amazing show.
Thank you. See you in the sleeping chamber shortly.
Yes, I'll see you soon.
Plus, he has the big TV in his room. That's the real
Of
reason.
course, it's the man cave.
It's
I
the
got a
man
big man.
cave.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.